Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are live. Yo, what's up?
How you doing, guys?
Chilling. What's up,
What's
Dave?
up,
What's up,
dude? How you
Sam?
doing, man? What's up, boys? Dave, good to see you. 3 weeks in a row, man. This is
in a
good
row.
fun.
man.
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah.
We haven't scared him off, Nick. And he was even on with EE, and he still came back. That's really
Damn.
He had some harsh words about him, but after we
Yeah, that's beside the point. That was off the air,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we almost
talked
came to
him down
blows,
and
brother.
Yeah, we were talking about the Chappelle show right
Mhm.
before we came on. That's one sketch EE would belong in. The fucking time haters.
the what's it called? The player haters ball.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's the same dudes.
right.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's
Charlie Murphy, Donnell Rollins,
What is their names? What were their names in there?
Oh,
Buck
it was-
Nasty.
Buck Nasty, Buck,
Slappy the ass.
So, yeah, he's
I don't
like, I gotta go put some more water in Buck Nasty's mom's dish.
Beautiful. That was Donnell Rollins.
Yeah. Beautiful.
That show
Solid.
spawned,
Miss that show, man.
it spawned like
Yeah.
a million sound bites. 5 Figure to the Face, Rick J, all that stuff. It's
Yeah, I mean,
That
it
show
was so
spawned
funny.
iconic
That's
soundbites.
like I feel bad for people that didn't live through that. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and like for me, I was in 8th grade at the time. So I was in 8th grade at the time, and it was like that was just all anyone like talked about the next day at school. Like I think it came on. Was it on Wednesday nights?
it was,
I don't remember what day it was, but like whatever the next day was at school, like that's what everyone was talking about. Like
Hell yeah.
you saw it, and like they would be quoting it, and oh, it's so much fun.
I was 26 at the time, and even my friends, same deal. They were cool.
Yeah,
We were still back in 8th grade. It was wild. And
It was
the
just
story,
so good and irreverent, and the thing about it, which I think like you don't get as much of in comedy today, is like, or with certain people you definitely do, but like there was just nobody was safe.
Yes.
There was like
that's fair.
everyone's neck was on the chopping block, and yeah, exactly, and that's what I think
Nothing
made it
was
good,
off
man,
limits.
because nothing was off limits, and like if you like this person, like they don't give a fuck, they're gonna drag them through the mud and make you laugh your ass off while it happens, and it was such a beautiful thing, man.
It was the creators of South Park that said either everything's okay or nothing's okay to make fun of.
Yeah,
And that
yeah,
I can live by.
that's my my like personal view on that. It's like
Oh,
it's either all a joke or none of it is,
Right.
And once you start saying things are off limits,
Yeah.
then it's no good, no bueno.
Yo, that's a good versus fucking South Park, bigger, longer, uncut versus Team America.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, Russ?
Hey.
What's up, Russ?
Sorry, I'm running so late, dude. I was.
You were
Take care
watching
of something.
Collision. I know.
Why not? No, I got Collision on, but I was also watching some highlights from the Tyson Fury fight. Yo,
Yeah, he
dude,
lost.
Yeah, he lost, man.
dude. I mean, I don't see how you say he won the. They say he won. I mean, I know he won the fight, but they say he They said he got saved by the referee, basically, dude.
I watched
Tyson did, yeah.
Yeah, Tyson did. I'm like, you can't get saved by the referee and trying to and I think you won that fight clean.
No,
You gotta be kidding me.
He was
I
saying
mean-
some goofy stuff afterwards, and it just seemed like excuse making and not
And
something
the-
you'd expect from him, man. To be honest,
Yeah, it was really weird, man.
Post the StreamYard link in the MPSP family in case it's not there because Walt's in the chat and I didn't know. if he
okay.
wanted to pop
Um,
the ball.
Yeah, I definitely was shocked because he's a really good fighter, and I what I saw of it. I mean, I didn't see a highlight that'll give you the whole show of a fight, obviously, but I'm watching this shit and I'm going, God damn. Tyson was beating this dude's ass for a while. I give him that. He was landing good punches, but that motherfucker was landing punches on Tyson too. You know,
Yeah.
When you get some,
By the time the 9th round came around, and he wasn't saved by the ref, he was saved by the bell after that.
yeah. Well, what I mean by get saved by the ref is the ref counted it as a knockdown.
And it was.
and then did a standing 8 on him.
Yep.
But when it happened, I think Tyson was about to go down.
Oh, for
He
sure.
staggered all over the fucking ring, man. Like he was. I can't believe his big ass stayed up like he did. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, that's the only clip I saw, and it's like hard to get a sense of the fight based on that. But I mean, like that looked like a bad moment for him. Man.
Yeah, man. I think
like he couldn't get his legs underneath him.
No.
It looked like.
Yeah, it might have been as close as I've seen
I
anybody
only
get
read an
him.
article. I didn't even see a clip yet.
Dave, do you
Oh man,
have you been or have heard anything about this? It's like the I think the podcast is called just Jackson. It's like that chain company, but Quentin Jackson's on it.
Oh, yeah.
And he hosted it. So like they had, and I always see clips of. I never.
Sup,
What's
Walt?
up, Walt?
Nothing
what's
much.
up, Walt?
I've never
I know, bud.
listened to an
Nothing much.
episode, but there's like I think the most recent one has Mark Coleman on it.
Yeah, it
And-
does.
and, like-
And they talk about Coleman's the fight that he threw.
Yeah. So like, I really want to listen to
Whoa,
that. I
whoa,
feel
whoa!
like that'd
He
be a
actually,
good-
I mean, he actually said he threw a fight.
We knew
Yeah.
this like all
In
along.
Pride?
Yeah, this is a
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
yeah. This
This
old
was
story, and, like,
What?
yeah, interesting.
97
Like
or 98, something like that. And he had to do this to take this fight to get it into Pride to get because he wasn't with the UFC anymore. And basically, what happened is they said you have to throw the fight in order to get your 6-fight contract. And they never admitted this before. We all just kind of knew by the way the fight went. And
yeah.
And on Rampage's latest podcast, he comes on and says, I absolutely threw it. And I knew what I was doing and I didn't care because I needed the money.
So which fight was it?
I forget it was
I
a
think it was-
Japanese guy.
Yeah, it was I believe it was Sakuraba.
Kazuki
Oh, wow.
Sakuraba. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it was Sakuraba.
That is
The Gracie
fucking
Hunter.
nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they needed that Gracie Hunter to continue to propel ratings. So if Coleman comes in, a guy's in, and he takes out the hammer, then more money for them.
And the there was still something, and that never really went away because you see that in Bellator today, and then well, that's really I guess the only competition. Like the ex-UFC guy, even though they might seem like a burnout in UFC, like they go to the other promotion, and then it's like they're a more of a name, And then some guys do that and still just kind of burn out, and then some guys go to the other, like kind of like the next level down and end up doing really well and like kind of having a research. Like Ryan Bader's, I think, a good example of
Ryan
that.
Bader's a perfect example. Darth Vader
Yeah.
went in as a 205. He
Yeah,
fought
and like went in this heavyweight and like he's just
and
yeah.
smashed
yeah,
everybody.
he just smashing everything. He still is. Like, it's
Oh yeah. And he's
Like,
well
good for him, man.
past his prime now, and he's still doing it on a really high level.
You know what's
Well, I
weird about
think,
that? I never would have expected that out of an MMA fighter. I'm serious. I like boxers. I believe they throw fights all the time,
Yeah.
but I would never believe an MMA fighter would because it takes so much
Dude, they
fucking.
did
Like,
in Pride
dude, it's
all
so
the time.
hard.
and like to
The
me, it's
fucking
like
Yakuza ran Pride.
yeah,
That's,
yeah.
wow.
And Mark
Okay.
Coleman was that is surprising to me in a little bit because Mark Coleman's like he's a like a wrestler, so I feel like he'd be like you'd think he'd be too hard headed to and like maybe
Right.
like too competitive, like to a fault. To do
Yeah.
that, but like you said, he needed the money.
Well, I mean,
He
that's
and the
true.
contract. So if
Yeah.
And that
when you're
Going-
not making
going-
anything, remember UFC back in the day was only like 2 or 3 events a year. We were
That's
talking
true.
about
That's true.
So they
That's
had to
true.
go on the lower end, more local circuit. Now,
Yeah.
when that dries up and the Hammer is no longer a guy that's in demand in the U.S., you got to go to either Brazil. At that time, you had to go to Brazil and learn jiu-jitsu, or you had to go to Japan and fight Pride. And a Pride
Right.
was going to give you $1 million to take this dive and then a 6-fight contract worth another 3.5. And
Yeah,
all you
you're
got
gonna do that. You're gonna do that.
What are you
I
gonna
would do that.
I would do it in a fucking heartbeat.
Yeah, I'd be like,
I-
who do I need to
Yeah,
sell my
I mean-
to
Blow a
get
guy
this
in the ring?
paycheck, man?
I mean, dude, when they throw money like that at you, what can you do? I mean, let's say, okay, because you're thinking is, I'll throw that fight, I'll throw the fight, I'll take the loss, I'll
And then
come in
he,
and I'll just win the rest
He
of my
ended-
fucking
yeah,
fights.
He
You know?
ended up having a decent career. He beat like he broke Shogun's arm, beat Shogun.
Damn.
And I don't know what else he did after that, but he at least made his money, and
So,
good on him for it, man.
That's-
He's an interesting dude, man. He's like when you hear him speak, he is very inarticulate and like just seems just like a fucking knucklehead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. But he is like he's an interesting dude, man. Like that dude just like
He just saved his parents.
Yeah, like he like ran into his parents burning down home and saved them, and was like
and almost died of smoke inhalation.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
oh, I know who that. I know who you're talking about now.
Like
that's
on
him.
The brink, man.
Oh wow, okay. I remember that story. God damn.
Rampage had on Tank Abbott too. With
Tank Abbott. Jesus Christ, dude.
Dave, when I saw that, I had to like double check the caption because no, he's unrecognizable, and he's like the opposite of Mark Coleman. Very articulate, very well spoken. This just seems like a really smart dude, and
he's got a glass. He's full gray now, little mustache. He's got glasses.
Yeah.
He's about half the size that he was when he fought UFC. I didn't know. I had no clue it was him. And I'm just watching the clip. I'm like, what is this? So like, so just
that's wild.
The boxer, and they put on the bug on the bottom. They put Tank Abbott on the flag. I'm like, no, fuck.
You're like, that's not Tank Abbott. Get out of here.
He did that thing that I was talking about. That kind of like late, very late career. For
him.
He was fighting in 98, 99, but he went to Elite XC, I think it was, and fought like Kimbo Slice. Like
he got knocked off.
Had these fights where they looked. Yeah, but hopefully they threw a bag at him.
You know who looks like fucking Tank Abbott that started out not looking that way? Adam fucking Rose, the wrestler.
Oh yeah. I heard he buffed up like a motherfucker, dude. He got big, man.
Yeah, dude. He looks like a cross between Scott Norton and Tank Abbott now.
That's a great combo, dude.
Hey, can I ask a question?
What's that?
Hey,
fuck no. No.
Hey, you said something about boxers throwing fights. Do you think Mike Tyson threw that match against Buster Douglas back in the day?
Not a chance. No chance.
I will tell you exactly what happened to Mike Tyson because it happened to me a few years later.
He went through
Mike Tyson was
pro boxer Nick Brammer.
Yeah, right. I wish. But no, Mike Tyson was one of the first patients on a little drug called Prozac.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, wow.
Right.
I didn't know that.
And
I didn't know it started
Prozac during the Buster Douglas fight.
Oh, I didn't know that. No shit, really?
During like the lead up to it or whatever.
Yeah, trying to calm them and calm them.
And it was also the breakup with fucking Robin Givens during that time.
That's right. We gotta remember that. His life was like a fucking mess.
I don't think Mike Tyson would ever after he got out of prison, if he would have.
Did he ever say anything about that? Did he ever say he took Prozac?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I know he took Prozac. I just didn't know he had started it then.
Yeah, he was one of the first people in the country.
Yeah, he definitely. He definitely was medicated. I mean, at points in his life, and I think he's still on med. I think he's taking medications now.
Yeah,
he's
marijuana. Yeah,
he's
marijuana.
Well,
you're Mike Tyson's doctor when back at the old Mike Tyson, and he comes in, you're like, dude, you need something. You're fucking
Well, I mean, that dude,
relax.
He was on a crazy ass cocktail because it was like Prozac, Ritalin.
Yeah, that's like lithium.
I think it was like lithium or some shit, and like they had to wean him off lithium in between fights and shit.
Yeah, he was
like, Mike Tyson was like a Frankenstein experiment.
He was a mess. He was a mess
in the ring.
I mean, I think that's all they wanted. In the beginning, they were like,
human being.
Yeah, I think, but I think that their thinking was just keep him under control and keep him from getting in trouble until he gets in the ring, and then unleash him. Let him go.
The game plan was release him.
It's on YouTube. Go watch where he fights Larry Holmes. It reminds you of Mike Tyson's Punch-Out video game.
I've seen it.
The way he knocked
the story behind that was really cool. That he was
with Muhammad Ali.
With Muhammad Ali, like Larry Holmes really butchered Muhammad Ali at the end of Muhammad Ali's career.
And Larry,
I know he fought Muhammad Ali late in his career, and Holmes was younger and up and coming. Yeah.
And
so
Holmes took that shell defense to another level too. If you know what that is, it's the shoulder up. George Foreman was great at it, but
George Foreman was great at it. It almost looked like a crab. He looked like a crab boxing.
Yeah, it was
funny.
It was so big, so wide, and then he shot up. And it's like everything comes off the shoulder, and Larry Holmes learned from that. And
Yeah,
in
that
the ring before Mike Tyson fought Larry Holmes, you see Muhammad Ali in his corner with them, and Muhammad Ali shared on his podcast that Muhammad Ali said to Mike Tyson on his podcast said that Muhammad said, "Just take him out for me," and walked out of the ring. And he said that Mike, that's
hard, man.
That's all I needed to hear. And that
Well,
that's all I needed to hear. And Larry Holmes was dead. He was a tuna sandwich that I was going to eat right in the fucking middle of the ring.
tuna sandwich I was going to eat. Oh god damn!
I love.
I just remember him telling who was it, Donovan Razor Ruddock, that he was going to eat his kids and shit. And I thought Tyson was out of his fucking mind. I was like, oh my god.
Who did he? I'm a fuck you till you love me.
Yeah.
Lennox Lewis, I think.
That was
Lennox Lewis. I think it was Lewis or Holyfield. It was one of the two.
Yeah, it was one of the two. Yeah.
There was a lot of heavyweights at that time that were really good, you know.
Yeah, it was. It was kind of our golden time now in heavyweights back then, man. We had a lot of good ones that were. Yeah, I just remember when George Foreman beat Michael Moore for one of the world titles, and I was like, "Oh my god, that old man just beat that young guy."
Hey, that old man fought 5 people at once in the ring, and this was like the late 70s, I think. And Muhammad Ali was at ringside, like antagonizing him. Just seeing George Foreman get pissed off, it was funny.
I know what you're saying, but come on, this was a legit boxing match for real. And Michael Moore was talking some shit about him. He had been saying like he can't believe. I remember he said that I was a press shot of him saying that he was like pissed that he even had to take this fight. Right? He didn't even want to fight George Foreman, but the money was good. So it was like, okay, I'll do it for the money, but this guy shouldn't even be in the ring with me. And when George Foreman beat him, it was weird how he beat him too, because he was just jabbing him to death, dude. He jabbed the fuck out of him. He kept hitting him with a jab, Yeah, and it was almost like Mike Tyson's punch out. He hit him so much he ran his power down, and he hit him one more punch. He fell down. I was like, oh my god. It was the weirdest fucking fight I'd ever seen, because there was no real power punches or anything like that. He just tapped him to death. Death by 1,000 needles.
If you watch boxing back then, how weird is it that Riddick Bowe is the forgotten heavyweight of that era?
Yeah, how?
Yeah, and we forget how he was really a good fighter too. That's why we forget about him.
Great size and speed.
He beat Evander Holyfield, right? If I remember correctly,
he did. Yeah, they went back and forth with each other, didn't they?
I give a lot more credit to. I give a lot of credit to Evander Holyfield, because he's seen the money was in the heavyweight. He wasn't a heavyweight. If you remember, he was a cruiserweight.
That's right. He had to come.
Now the heavyweights, they have George Foreman was up there. They had Riddick Bowe. They had Razor Ruddock. They had Lennox Lewis. They had Mike Tyson. I mean, all the money was in the heavyweights.
They had that Samoan dude.
Maybe 3 other cruiserweights at that time that are notable.
Yeah, you really can, because the everyone was paying attention to the heavyweight division because it was so good.
So Evander comes up undersized and does a fucking hell of a job.
Well, remember this too. After Tyson lost to Buster Douglas, remember the belts got split, because not all the boxing associations would recognize Buster Douglas as the champion.
Right.
Because they felt like there were shenanigans when Buster Douglas went down. The ref didn't start counting, but the reason why he didn't start counting, because he had to tell Tyson to get back in a fucking corner, right, and stop trying to beat him, trying to hit him again. No, Mike, he down. You go corner now. You go corner. But a lot of them said that was that Douglas was down for more than a count of 10, and that that fight should have been ended. Right. Yeah. So a lot of, but then seeing Tyson go down, they didn't want to acknowledge Tyson either. So a lot of them just split.
Yeah, when Tyson went down, was that pretty quick, or they didn't even give him a chance? Because I rewatched them like something isn't right.
He was gone, dude.
No, let me tell you something, dude. Tyson was fucked up. He had it. He was done.
He was in another dimension.
Yeah,
bro.
He couldn't remember the mouthpiece.
Yeah,
he couldn't even get his fucking mouthpiece back in his mouth.
Yeah.
he was rocked, and I mean, you know,
the ref was fucking celebrity deathmatch dude, right?
Yeah, it was the judge.
Yeah, Mills Lane.
Lane. That's it, Mills Lane. Yeah, and I don't.
Here's your mouthpiece, Mike.
I don't think Mills Lane did anything wrong. Mills Lane was trying to tell Tyson.
No, I don't think so either.
You stay your ass back there. They're not going to start a 10 count until you're fucking where you belong, and then I'll start. That's the rule, exactly. So yeah. So you know, Tyson fucked that up himself, but a lot of the associations, I think, it was two of the three at the time, and there were 4, or there are 4 now, but it was 3 back then. I think it was 2 of the 3 where we're like, no, we're not going to acknowledge him. Not going to acknowledge him. So he split the belts up again.
What was it? A year before that, he knocked out Michael Spinks, which was funny as hell, and therefore you see a steal of Michael Spinks just.
Let me tell you what happened. My mother's.
He left that fucking oil stain in the middle of the fucking mat.
My mother's ex-husband ordered that fight on pay-per-view. Okay,
that was '88. I remember.
And he was so mad that Tyson beat his ass so quick. He was so pissed off. He was like, "What the fuck? That's a lot of money to pay for a minute and a half of boxing." I laughed. I was laughing. He's like, "Fuck you! Don't you laugh at me!" I was like, "I told you Tyson was gonna kill this dude."
And the other one was
with Tyson and Frazier. That was the fight where Tyson had him in the corner. He hit him 4 times. The guy's unconscious. He's falling. Mike hits him another 4 times.
Yes.
He killed that.
Yes, I remember that. I remember that very well. He hit him. He kept hitting him. He kept hitting him as he was falling, dude.
Yeah. What was that gangster dude's name?
Mitch Green.
Mitch Green. That's it. Mitch Green.
Jerry Curl Mitch Green.
I remember him. Oh my god.
Jerry Curl Mitch Green.
You guys came over that Corvette like a superhero.
You guys are pulling. Y'all are pulling up names that I've forgotten about. Oh my god, I remember that. That was insane.
It was right outside like a Philly fucking clothing store.
Yep.
And fucking Mike Tyson came over the fucking his Corvette, the fucking hood of his Corvette.
Yeah.
Hit Mitch Green like the first Superman punch in Western civilization.
It was a Superman punch before Superman.
Because before that ever happened, Larry Holmes attacked somebody else on the top of their car there
James
too.
Tony. It was James Tony.
Yeah, I remember that. Boy, that was when boxing was fun, dude. They were all nuts, man. They were great,
man.
But poor James Tony, man, they should never have gave him to Randy Couture like that. That was fucked up.
Man.
So, yeah.
Yeah, old as hell, came in out of shape, looking like a big.
It's almost like he thought it was a joke, dude. I think he took it as a joke.
He popped Couture with one shot, and Randy was like, "Fuck that!" And he was
I almost wonder if Couture was like, "Hold up, you trying to embarrass me, bitch?"
Yeah, man.
Like in a great white height.
Exactly what it is, man.
I'm gonna fuck you up.
I'm sure James Tony got a bag for that though.
Yeah, he did.
Story about that one because Rogan was, pretty good friends with Randy Couture, and he told him that Randy barely trained for it because he knew all he had to do as soon as the ding ding, double leg, take him down, hit him, and it's over. And And he didn't disclose any money or anything, but he did say that James Tony got a pretty big bag for that.
Yeah. Wait, James Tony the boxer?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
What?
Yeah. Well, it's just like I was
10 or something.
I was one of the people that went
fucking on the other end of the spectrum. Yeah. Fucking Tim Sylvia got knocked the fuck out by Ray Mercer.
Yeah, I remember that, man.
Wait,
interesting.
Ray Mercer, what was former NBA player?
No, the boxer.
The boxer, dude. Okay. Yeah.
The boxer. Yeah, very good boxer.
Nick, what promotion was that in?
That's a good question.
That wasn't UFC. No way, right?
It definitely wasn't UFC. No.
No.
Was it Affliction?
Let me
what came after Affliction?
I don't know. Strike Force was a thing.
Strike Force. Remember Strike Force? Yeah.
It was in Bellator.
It was in Bellator. Okay. Well, you know what? It sounds like a Bellator thing because Bellator was into doing that shit a lot too.
Yeah.
Bellator was. They loved the stuff.
A minute ago, like they would get the XP guys and
right.
You know, just to have the name.
Because they would just make a big fucking mockery of it, you know, and make a spectacle of it, you know, and hey, they made a lot of money off it, I'm sure, you know, because
like they're still around today.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
I just saw I didn't watch the movie yet, but Iron Claw is on Max.
Yes, it is. I want
to watch that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't really spoil it. It's a story of the Von Erichs.
Yeah. Right. I just
they did a fantastic job. The guys that they brought on to play David Von Erich, Fritz Von Erich specifically, were amazing. That Zac Efron that did Kevin was okay. And then they brought that Jeremy kid in from Shameless, the one that played whoever it was in Shameless. And
he's on the Bear now. Yeah, he's good. Man.
Yeah, he's a great actor. But really Kerry Von Erich was 6'4", and this kid's like 5'7" at most.
Yeah, he's like my size.
So
Jeremy Allen White's his name, but yeah, he's like my size, man. He's like a little dude.
He did a fantastic job. Don't get me wrong, but as a guy watching the Freebirds and the Von Erichs and knowing how big,
right.
Dude, you're my size. You can't get someone over 6 foot. I mean, even 5'10".
Yeah.
But he did. All in all, he did a great job, and I appreciated his performance. It was a good show. It was a good retelling. It was as accurate as it could be in 2 hours.
Did a lot of the actors actually take time to learn some professional wrestling or something like that?
Right behind the scenes stuff where they showed the actors.
It's on Max.
And Pablo Guerrero Jr. was the one that trained them all.
Yeah.
Oh God, they're those poor bastards. Anyway, I'm kidding.
But yo, that got me thinking. Like, because you guys were talking about Pride earlier.
Yeah.
I think that a great movie could be made if people interviewed the fighters that were in fucking Pancrase.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, like Boss
because Boss Rutan was the only one in that fucking promotion that didn't know it was a work.
Wow.
Was Frank Shamrock in on that too?
Yes, they brought Frank Shamrock in to beat Boss, so Boss would stop beating the shit out of people and knocking them out with palm strikes.
Jesus Christ.
He's a special dude, man.
Frank.
Wait, Frank Shamrock. Is that Ken Shamrock's dad or
brother?
It's his brother. It's his brother.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a weird it's like a step foster. So like Frank was actually like good at fighting, where I don't think Ken really was. Man.
Ken looked like he was a good fighter.
Yeah,
but
he was roided to the gills. He had I'm just trying to think what are his wins? Like what are Ken Shamrock's wins?
Honestly
was Dan Severn.
Yeah, he beat.
That might have been his only big win. It was Dan Severn, and I don't know. Dan Severn at the time was a pretty.
He was
good,
a guy.
I mean, he was a guy. He was an okay fighter. I'm not gonna say he was the best at the time or anything like that, but he was.
Well, he beat Chemo, right?
Well, Dan Severn
in Pride in the worst fight you would ever see.
Dan, remember UFC? It was UFC 2 when Dan came in for the first time. He was already 40 years old.
That's true. See, Severn was old. He was pretty old when Ken Shamrock beat him, though, wasn't he? Already, yeah.
Well, then I think it was UFC 3 or 4. Shamrock beat him, but then at UFC 5, Dan came back and won it all again, and then UFC 6 with the Ultimate, where they had all the champions from the previous one come in. Dan ended up wiping them all and ended up getting the Ultimate as well. It got his revenge on Shamrock. So that's. Win over Severn was Dan Severn was older, but Dan Severn was still a world beater at the
Yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying. I mean, I'm not saying Severn couldn't fight. He could fight. I just didn't think he was.
Smith.
Who are you talking about? Ken?
Damn good. Yeah, Ken.
Yeah.
In UFC 1,
right?
He beat Patrick Smith, who was a damn good kickboxer.
Oh yeah.
Never heard of his next win. Never heard of it was Christopher Linenger, Felix Lee Mitchell. Then he goes to before that, those two wins, he lost to Hoyce. Then
We always crazy. Yeah, that's right.
Then him and Hoist went in UFC 5 to a draw. He beat Severn at Clash of the Titans.
That's yep.
He drew to Oleg Taktarov.
Oleg
Taktarov, dude. Yeah, he's a dog, man.
Yeah,
he was in.
I remember him. He was. Yeah.
He was also in Germany. He was part of a terror hit squad for a while too. So
Jesus, that some of these guys.
Interesting life, man. Like
man,
a documentary movie about his life.
Yeah, he was wild.
I had heard he was part of the mafia or something like that. That's what I had heard.
It could have been that, but the other guy too is, and I hate to cut you off, Nick, but is Mirko Krokop. If you know anything about Mirko Krokop, he was to do with the vicious head kick, but he's also the head of the anti-terrorism group in Croatia, and he's legit murdered people. So
that's fucking insane, dude.
He had just put him in a guy that trains in the gym, the anti-terrorism squad leader that's killed people. That's gonna murder you every time. Just every single time across the board.
And he had a kind of disappointing post-Pride career, but I think he's one where he had so many good wins in Pride that it kind of carries him through. What happened afterwards?
Fedor was the same way. Fedor had so many, amazing. I mean, you remember Kevin Randall?
They put Fedor in some circus fights at the end, and he kind of got what he deserved when he got knocked out by Bigfoot.
He got knocked out by Bigfoot. He got beat by Fabricio Verdum, which was a weird because I feel like Fabricio Verdum had been around for a while, but then had a resurgence there.
What's up, Burgess?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
I mean, he did the opposite thing where he went to the UFC.
Yeah,
and he held the title for a minute. I think he beat Travis Brown. He had some good wins. But Fedor got beat by Bigfoot. He got beat by Dan Henderson.
Yeah, in the open.
I think I was there.
Yeah, haha.
Classic and Hendo, dude. There was
he lost to Fujita.
Did he really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he had a bad. He lost to Fujita. Then he fucking picked one and lost to donfrye.
Oh
God!
Wait, who did?
Can we find out?
Jamrock.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Fedor for a second. I was like, wait.
No.
What's up, Eric B?
Is that dude's name really Fujita?
Yeah,
Japanese guy. Yeah,
Japanese dude.
Oh, okay.
Kaz Fujita, man. He was a superhero there.
Him and donfrye.
I give him a pass. He's Japanese.
Yeah.
For real, he was involved in what I consider the greatest MMA fight of all time. Him and donfrye.
Yeah, donfrye.
Yeah.
Japanese cat is that
Fujita.
So
no, it wasn't Fujita. It was someone else. Let me.
Yakamoto or something like that. But whoever it was,
Dragon Ball Z name.
We talked about that on some podcast, and he said that man had to have been the toughest man in the world because
Yoshihiro Takayama.
Okay, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah,
he said he hit him more than he's ever hit any man, and the dude would not go down.
Fuck,
man.
I have never seen
World War II,
like
man.
That.
It was crazy. It was a hockey fight in the middle of the ring. They just repeatedly beat the shit out of each other, and nobody went down.
Put your head here and bam, bam.
And I understand that Forrest Griffin, Stephan Bonnar is probably the most important MMA fight of all time.
When we talked about that was my one.
Yeah,
this was your one.
But that donfrye fight.
Yeah, I mean that's just you can't. It's like something you'd see in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
That donfrye fight might have been what kind of got people that weren't fans. Maybe if you were gonna, if it was an introduction fight, they got a lot of people into it. I think. There were a lot of other fights that did that too.
But two psychopaths, man.
It was nuts. I remember. My brother who had no interest in it, him telling me, man, it was an incredible fight. I can't believe I didn't just.
MMA was the first sport that made me mature and realize that my favorite wasn't always the best.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, because you get jaded by wrestling. Wrestling will have you thinking your favorite is the best.
Yeah.
And it's them and to be the best. Like they can walk out there and say, "I'm the fucking best," and don't really have to prove it. But when you get into the UFC and you say, "I'm the best," you better fucking prove it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's true. And there's times when you can be a great fighter and still lose.
Matter, yeah.
I mean, it happens, you know.
It's really tough, man. And
yep.
That's the good thing about the UFC is he had some weird things with like when George St. Pierre was champ.
The fucking fight with BJ Penn with the fucking Vaseline.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude. Well, like I only say that to say like there wasn't like that was a weird time, and like and Anderson Silva was the champion at the same time at middleweight. Yeah. Like there just wasn't that parity. But I feel like kind of before and then post that there has been that where like titles change hands. Well, I mean, unless John Jones is involved and he'll just lose it.
Not in the ring.
Outside the ring.
Outside the ring more than he will ever.
He's a bummer, man.
Yeah, he's appealed that, and they won't take that loss off his record.
That Matt Hamill one.
Yeah. The up and down elbows.
He should be the only ever fully undefeated.
Agreed.
So dumb. And it's like I don't know. I mean, I guess like if it's illegal at the time, but like it's just a dumb rule. Like that you just can't do it this way.
Yeah.
But then also John Jones should have known that. I mean,
did you see how they implemented that rule, the up and down elbow, was because all of the martial arts displays back then showed people doing up and down elbows to break bricks. Yeah. And so they figured it would destroy a person if you did that. So that's the reason why this rule is in effect even today.
That's wild.
Effect that
that's crazy, man.
This motion right here is more damaging than a high kick to the face, or
like, I feel like even this elbow,
that
just seems like so much more force, man. Like if someone was like, you need to break a brick, you can hit it this way or this way. I'm hitting it this way, man. I feel like
these dudes are talented. They throw spinning back elbows.
Oh yeah. I mean, add that.
Woo!
Yeah.
Jeez.
He's the one who's just like, there's those fighters where it's like they might not be the best dude, but like
you say Edson Barbosa.
But like you just couldn't pay me enough money to fight him. Like I'd fight Fedor before I fought Edson Barbosa.
Edson has 4 finishes by leg kick, meaning he kicked these person's legs so hard they couldn't stand up to fight anymore.
I'll name my favorite, and you tell me if you'd want to meet him in a dark alley. Jeff
Mike Tyson.
Snowman Munson.
Dude, he'd make you be a communist, man. No, I wouldn't. He'd hit you over the head with the Communist Manifesto and kill you.
Yo,
like 15,000 pages.
That dude was 200 pounds of just muscle upon muscle.
I'll say you talk
muscle.
About. He was 5'9". In
wide,
5'9", 240.
5'9" wide.
Yeah. 5'9", 240.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
He got that title shot with Tim Sylvia, man.
Yeah, one of the worst fights you'd ever see. But I wanted Jeff to win because I fucking hated Tim Sylvia always.
Most boring heavyweight champ the UFC had.
Yeah, not good at anything. And then Randy Couture saved us, man, because once he got the title, then it was fun again. Yeah, we had a good resurgence after that with guys like Kane and Gabriel Gonzaga and Junior Dos Santos. Brock
brought a lot of eyes.
Frank Mir had a reign in there, didn't he?
He had a resurgence in
that's when Frank Mir was like taking people's arms like trophies.
Oh, dude. Well, he was always like that, but he got in that motorcycle accident, came back in what was it, probably like 2005 or something.
Yeah, he lost like 4 fights in a row too.
Yeah, just got his brakes beat off, and then got his shit together, came back, lost to Brock, but he had some really good wins in there. He beat Nogueira, broke his fucking arm, and that's crazy.
I just remember people saying that they thought he was past his prime, or he was done, or he couldn't come back. He
was like fighting when like Nick Diaz was. Like he was like one of the kind of like, and same thing. And like I'm
was old school
guys who happen to have like this insane longevity, like Robbie Law. I'm like, he was fighting the same time Robbie Lawler was. Like, he had like
Robbie Lawler's still going now.
Yeah, he had like a 20-year career of just being a dog, man. But
It's wild. Some of them
He's
come
like
in
really, he's like a really cool and nice person.
Yeah, there's some guys that come in really quick. They have a quick career. They go up, they go back down, they're gone, right?
Yeah,
and you got motherfuckers that just seem to last a long time, man.
Like,
I don't know how they do it.
Just three names, man.
Well,
there's guys that were around forever. And
forever.
Good early and young, which I think is.
I guess you win some, you lose some, you win some, you lose some. And some of these, and you got some
ups and downs. Like Robbie Lawler was those ups and downs, man. I mean, I remember. I think in Strike Force he fought Melvin Manhoff and was just like getting his legs kicked off. Yeah, like I don't know.
Manhoff was a killer.
Yeah, and then just like came back from the dead. I mean, he was just like getting leg kicked to death, and like every leg kick he'd turn his body like this much, and then like
it's like a backwards check.
Yeah, and then he got lucky and he just hit so hard and knocked out Melvin Manhoff. But that's like and then they came to the UFC shortly after that, and he had fights with like Rory McDonald.
That's the fight I was going to bring up. Rory and Lawler. Holy fuck.
That's up there. Yeah, Nick, that's up there with like, okay, you have one fight to convince someone that this sport's awesome. That's one of them. Those two dudes tried to kill each other, and it was great.
All right. Yo, I know my second place one was BJ Penn, Joe Stevenson.
Yeah.
Good pick. Yeah.
That's a good one, yeah.
I got it's Diego Sanchez and I think
Guida?
Not
Guida,
which was awesome. But it was another it was one of his friends. It was another fighter from Brazil, actually. I forget his name. I'll look it up. But those two went at it so hard for all 5 rounds, and that was the first time I can remember anyone doing this. Diego walked to the middle and pointed right here, and the dude said, "Fuck it, let's go." And for the last minute, they were swinging and fighting so hard that my buddies around me had a deaf dog. My buddies around me were screaming and yelling so hard the dog fucking heard it. And it was, I looked up like,
hey, Dave, that's a good. This dude screams so loud, a deaf dog.
I remember because I'm a huge BJ Penn guy, and I remember being nervous before the BJ Penn Diego Sanchez fight, and then watching that thing unfurl and just
that was BJ Penn on his crescendo of his career, man. Which is like he's everything everyone wanted him to be. And
because like at that time,
he beat Joe Stevenson, he beat Kenny Florian, and I think that was kind of it. That was it. UFC 101 was when he beat Kenny Florian, and I think after that he lost to Frankie Edgar.
He beat Matt Hughes in that span too, didn't he?
So the little era I'm talking about was when he was back at lightweight. After he coached the Ultimate Fighter, he beat Jens Pulver, and then he kind of had like that trajectory of just beating really good guys and making really good guys look bad. Kenny Florian was like probably a top 10 pound for pound fighter at the time. BJ Penn just pieced him up, and
that was the thing about like the Diego Sanchez fight. Like before BJ got a hold of him, like people were like, "Yo, Diego Sanchez is gonna run this division at some point."
Yeah, I was one of those guys.
And then fucking BJ Penn got a hold of him and started licking the blood off his gloves.
Nick, you talking about Joe Stevenson or?
No, he did it to Diego too.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
because he started it with Joe Stevenson.
Yeah, because that's what he's like.
And then he was, and then he started doing it with everybody that he cut. Because I think he ran across the ring on the guy we were just talking about. Fuck. We were just the guy I was just saying. That
Joe Stevenson.
No, Diego not Joe Stevenson. The other guy.
Diego.
Yeah, he ran across the ring actually on Diego and got the blood and then licked it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's gross, bro.
I was talking about you get a chance to look at Diego Sanchez and Gilbert Melendez. It's 3 rounds.
Gilbert Melendez. Okay, yeah, he was one who came from elsewhere. He was a Strike Force dude and ended up having a good little career in the UFC.
Gilbert got in with the Diaz boys in Stockton.
Yeah.
When and Jake Shields, these guys that came over from
dude. It's funny. Like Jake Shields is mentally ill, and somebody go to his house and he's like a huge rabid anti-Semite and conspiracy theorist and this Jews control everything type of guy. I always see screenshots of his, tweets. He is insane. He needs help.
Okay,
someone needs to take. It's he's insane. Dude. I'll send some things in the chat. I have a bunch.
Sometimes we get political on this show, and I want to get there at this point because with what you were just talking about. How about the beatdown that Marjorie Taylor Greene got this week?
I didn't see that.
Are you talking about when she said something about false eyelashes or something like that?
Yep.
And then somebody
when somebody is a bad build.
Some fake bad bleach blonde job or something like
that.
She said something about somebody's false eyelashes or something, right?
That's
what started it.
Yeah.
Okay. So then AOC was like, yo, cut that shit out. You know? And he called her baby girl. Don't you start, baby girl. And so Marjorie started lipping off at her. So, and fucking said something about something. And then, so Jasmine Crockett, who is a freshman congresswoman, got on there. And as a point of order, asked if she were to call another member of the committee, what was it? A bad built,
fake blonde,
blonde, butch body.
Yeah.
Would that be against the rules of the committee? And so, the hilarious thing is, some Republican women's jumping up trying to get that taken down. They're trying to get Marjorie Taylor Greene's shit taken down.
Well, Marjorie Taylor Greene agreed to have her stuff taken down, but she refused to apologize.
Yeah, right. That's right. She wouldn't apologize. Yeah, I remember AOC saying something. We want an apology, and
she said something bad about AOC too, though. But oh my God, that Jasmine Crockett, holy hell, I got a crush on her now.
I just remember AOC describes me because she's like that woman that can really beat a bitch's ass. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I want to fuck with her.
A bitch.
I have not paid much attention there to her, but Marjorie Greene, whatever her name is, she sounds like a ugly Esther there to me.
She's a Karen, dude. That's what she is. A fucking Karen.
She is.
Up to the max.
She's straight up a nut job. She's the same.
Well, that's what I call an ugly Esther.
Remember? Jewish space lasers.
The shootings that were happening, she was that never happened.
Her and Jake Shields should hang
out. The school shootings. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, she was.
She was.
Oh, you guys are hiring actors to portray this.
Yeah.
And yada yada yada.
Welcome to Info Wars. This is Alex Jones, and today we're gonna have Jake Shields and Marjorie Taylor Greene.
One of there was a survivor. One of the kids that survived one of the shootings was coming to DC to testify before Congress about what was going on, and she was hounding this kid, walking down the street, yelling at this little kid, telling this little kid, "You're fake, you're phony." Wow.
I saw clips of fundraiser things where she's trying to get pictures with Donald Trump, and he's pushes her away.
Because she's a freaking crazy bitch.
He can't even stand her, man.
Trouble bitch. Fuck you.
Yeah.
He's I don't want nothing to do it.
Fucking yes.
With Donald Trump thinks you're too crazy to hang out with.
That's crazy because she's like an abused wife, or even a male that's abused that keeps coming back for more because he's his staunch supporter. So much so he tried to get
it's true.
Mike Johnson, the speaker.
She tried to get him taken out, take him down, right? Yeah.
Want that to happen.
Seems to be well regarded, kind of across the aisle too. So it was that. That's recent funding for these things, and I think it's just performative. I think everything with her. I don't think she knows what she believes in. I think it's kind of just
her
sticks.
And Lauren Barber.
Sees its way.
Dude, it's they just make shit up as they go along, man.
Hey, wait, you said something about Trump, and I'm not trying to be political, but I found this out today. That motherfucker was on the Soul Train show.
What?
No shit.
Yeah, I'm
Trump
not
was on
saying,
Soul
man.
Train?
Yeah.
Oh
Yes.
my
God.
God.
Yes, on the
If
line.
if I
fucking
wasn't
dancing.
sure that we'd get
I gotta
fucking
see
pulled,
this.
I would play that right now.
Oh,
my
That
God.
had to be when he was really, really young, dude.
Hell
Hey,
yeah.
Because it was a long time.
Saw
But I
it
mean,
today.
because young Trump was different than
Oh.
this guy.
Dude, he was on the Soul Train
No,
line
man.
dancing.
Trump was
shit,
getting
no
sued
fucking
in the
way.
70s.
No,
for
no. That's not what I meant.
discrimination.
No, I don't mean that. I mean, I'm talking about when he was back when he was younger. First of all, he was a Democrat when he was younger, which is kind of really weird. But we always ran on trying to run
Man,
on Democratic ticket. But what I mean was he was a lot more like he wasn't as fucking nuts as he is, or maybe he hit it better. Maybe he just hit it better
Yeah,
when
he
he was
didn't have
younger.
social
I
media
mean,
then, and he didn't
yeah,
have a
that's true
mic in
too.
front of him every 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, because he was I mean, we knew he was hanging out with Epstein a lot, even when he was younger.
Yeah, he was
So
hanging
I'm
out
sure.
with
I mean,
rappers.
he had a thing with little girls. I mean, we knew that. I mean, he liked to sit his daughter on his lap and
Yeah, that's
weird
wild.
shit like that and touch her in weird ways. I don't know. He was a creepy fucking bloke, dude. God.
Hey, Nick.
I don't know.
We got to get to the bigger story, though. What's up here with, well, everybody saw it, but what's up here with Mr. Diddy or Brother
The
Love?
diddlier, dude.
Oh
we were
my
just
God,
talking
I
about
can't
that,
play
man.
that either, man. But yeah,
Really?
we were talking about that.
Okay,
He
I don't know what to
chased
believe.
Cassie down in the hotel.
Hey,
I don't know
yeah,
what to believe
I think
about
he's a
that,
mafia,
dude.
Russ. I think just believe that. Dude's a mafia.
Yo, Russ,
Yeah,
after
I don't
this show,
know. It's
I will show you
weird.
the footage.
It's
Yeah,
weird.
Listen, as the
Hey.
resident Diddy guy, like I love Diddy. Don't get me wrong. I
Yeah,
love his music.
yeah.
He messed up, bro. Like he.
Nah.
anytime
Well, what do you mean?
Yo, he beat the fuck out of that girl.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm sorry.
Video came out that I was sold.
Let me say this specifically. Diddy is a woman abuser. And the fact that he
That's
kicked
been
that
known.
girl in that hallway and drug her by her head and slammed her to the
What about
ground,
all this
kicked her
other
multiple
stuff that's been
times,
coming out about him?
that I
About
can't
him
tell you about. because
having
it hasn't
sex
been-
with
Meek Mill.
And yeah, him
hasn't
And
been-
Usher.
and he was
hasn't been into
pimping.
that stuff.
He apparently is pimping rappers out to other
Yeah.
guys. What the fuck is that?
Russ, his former bodyguard, I listened there too. He went up here and said him and Ja Rule got butt plugs. Anything else?
Yeah, that guy though hasn't. Yeah, so they haven't been able to corroborate anything he said just yet. But
I don't know,
Dude,
man.
I'll
Yeah,
tell you-
Eric,
wait a minute.
that's the
I'll
case
tell-
with all these
That's how
things.
I
Like
feel
you just have
about
like
you.
people just
Hey.
coming out of the woodwork just
I'm-
saying.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to tell you all why this is happening. And this is TPD. Let's go there.
yeah, I can see
When
that.
TPD
Oh,
started
God.
saying
All
this
right,
shit
well.
that no, they just
No, I
said
can
like
see that, bro.
TPD
Make some
start
stuff up.
saying this shit, all the shit start happening there to Puff now. You're paying off somebody what $1 million, $1 million to kill Suge and Pac.
Well,
And all of a sudden-
I think he could have started the investigation, or at least looking
Yeah.
into. But I don't think it's all Keefe D. But I do think he.
Yeah. I don't
And
think
he
it's all
is
him.
not
There's
a
some other shit
reliable
behind it.
narrator. Let's
There-
be honest.
There's some other shit behind it. Hey,
I just I don't
Yeah,
know.
but
Did you-
here's the thing: TPD's been caught in lies. There's been people that have, come back and corroborated what he said, and then taken back what
then why is he
You
in
know-
jail in Vegas then?
because some of what he said is true, but not everything.
Yeah, the fact
You
that
have to take-
he had part in Tupac's killing is not too far fetched.
Yeah.
So let
It's
me
not.
ask this question: you don't think Diddy had Biggie come all the way out there to be set up?
No,
Who the
I don't
fuck
think
is
so
going to
at
go all the way out there to LA after your enemy just died 6 months later? That's not even smart.
He said in no uncertain terms, he flat out said, yes, Diddy put a bounty out on, not on Tupac, but on, not on Biggie, but on Tupac. However, that's what he's saying happened. However, he said the reason he killed Tupac is because he touched his nephew.
Oh yeah, retaliation.
But
Yeah,
that's
so-
it. So we can't look into anything else. Everything else is conjecture and speculation.
All right, and then I'm hearing about Diddy apparently pimping out Justin Bieber and shit like that, and then all this
Dude,
other
wait a minute.
all kinds of other crazy stuff I've been reading about. I'm
Hey.
like, what the fuck?
This
Who-
is all
what-
allegedly, by the way.
like was right? It's all
I don't
alleged.
need
Of
to
course
be-
it
I do
is.
not need to be sued by Bad Boy Records.
No, it's all allegedly.
Bad
But
Boy
I mean,
Records is
but that's
done.
what I mean.
It's gone.
But-
It's been shut down, man.
That's
been gone.
You don't know what to believe. That's why I'm encountering like not to believe any of it because I'm like, wait, what the fuck, dude? Come on.
Yeah.
You don't know. Hey, go listen to that Cat Williams interview with you know who.
Dude, it's crazy. Yeah, that's I feel like that's
all
when
the truth's
started,
coming
man.
out.
Yeah, but see, how do we know that's the truth? We don't know. I mean,
well, a lot of what Cat has said has been corroborated by other people.
Yeah, he's looking like a prophet here, man.
People are coming out of the woodwork, and
that's what I mean. People are coming out of the woodwork, and
they don't have a reason to lie or say you know, backing up what Cat said. So that's
everybody has a reason to lie. That's first. Well, everyone for their 5 minutes of fame or whatever.
Like,
I mean, we
don't
don't
say
know
that about every single person on Earth. So you have to, you know, say who you trust as a source, and
that's what I mean. Like, and I don't understand. Like, I don't know. If you were to believe everything, if I was to believe everything I've heard, it's making Diddy out to be like he was like as bad as Jeffrey Epstein.
Yes, that's what's
and I'm like,
what
on. The fuck, you know?
Yes, that's what's going on.
That is insane, dude.
No, it's not. No, it's not. When you're a billionaire or whatever, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, and I think dude was just like you get like just power over people to be like do this.
Yeah, but dude, they're trying to say he had power over other wealthy people. Do you know what I mean? Like, listen, I can't believe he was pimping.
He punched Drake in the fucking face.
Yeah,
over.
And apparently, like I heard that J. Cole.
Okay, that's different. That's different. That's a fight.
No, hold on.
Lots of people get on that. I'm talking
about. He only punched Drake in the face after Drake said something to him about the beat. And Diddy was supposed to use that beat. Drake was like, this is my beat, yada, yada, yada. They got into an argument about it. He punched him in the face. And actually, I think either J. Cole or Kendrick, one of them broke that up.
Yeah, I think it was J. Cole. From what I heard, like J. Cole, like kind of whooped his
ass. Hold on. Wait a minute.
J. Cole's big ass, man.
In a way, Jay Prince sent P. Diddy a cryptic message there about that.
Oh my God! Don't nobody care
see. That's what I mean. I don't. Every time I hear around, there's something encrypted message. What the hell? Come on, man. You know what I'm saying is, you're trying to tell me that if you were to believe everything that's been coming out and all this crazy shit people have been saying, is that P. Diddy had the ability to get other rappers who are really rich themselves and famous themselves to participate and allow him to pimp them out to other wealthy people. Okay.
Yes.
to get fucked up the ass.
My only thing, and I don't mean
that's crazy, dude. No,
I don't mean to cut you off, but it's like I think there are degrees to wealth and fame. Where it's like if you are an up and comer and like seriously, like your next paycheck is
billionaire.
Yeah, like your next paycheck's not guaranteed. And this guy is like the gatekeeper of
a lot of
those
people's careers.
Y'all are crazy, dude. Y'all are crazy.
He's a billionaire.
Russ, the evidence is there, and if you don't want to look at it and see what's going on, that's fine. You can say, "Oh no,
no." What evidence? Wait. What evidence? Do we have video? We have video evidence. We have
the fuck out of Cassie. There's video.
That's different. I'm not talking about that. Everybody beats a bitch's ass every once in a while. That's different.
Hey Russ. Wait a minute. You know how he became a billionaire? You know how he became rich?
Yeah, I was just saying,
because he was. Yeah, he became rich because he was best friends with Biggie. Get out of here, man.
I can't say that. That Life After Death album.
No, he didn't.
Come on. That Life After Death album, dude.
I have no respect for. Like I have no. Go ahead.
Let me be the voice.
The voice of sanity. Go ahead.
I understand wholeheartedly where Russ is coming from. I also understand where other people are coming from with the speculation. Here's where we need to put our thinking caps on and try to be smart here, right?
Okay.
Only thing we know P. Diddy did is what we've seen on video.
Mm-hmm.
People have speculated because that's what people love to do in these industries. Do people have power and abuse power? Absolutely. Do we know him to be a sex trafficker? No. Is it possible? Yes. Sex trafficking by the letter of the law means you pay someone to travel state lines
Yeah.
And that's such a. And I don't mean to cut you off, but like that is a thing that traps so many people.
Correct.
In my opinion, unfairly, because like I live, and I've always lived on one side of the Mississippi River or the other, where it's like one side's Missouri, one side's Illinois, and like so many times, like literally from middle, like high school to like through college, like we're just going back and forth, hanging out with people back and forth. So I feel like that is something that unfairly gets people strung up.
Yep, absolutely. So knowing what we know about that, is it possible that he paid somebody to travel state lines to have sex? Absolutely. Is it possible that he put Cassie in predicaments to where she had sex with multiple people? Yeah, absolutely. Do we know that to be true? No. So let's go off of what we do know.
Right.
Talk about that, because when you start going into speculation and rabbit holes and tinfoil hats, then no one's going to win or no one's going to make sense until we all have the facts. So let's tread carefully.
Here's one thing.
True.
Cassie sued Mr. Combs.
That is a fact. And
Mr. Combs settled that suit within 24 hours.
He's got money.
The allegations in that suit were that he sex trafficked Cassie, and also the domestic violence that we've just seen on CNN.
Mm-hmm.
So I would infer if he paid that fast, didn't delay it out to run her out of money.
Yeah. That's a tactic, like a well-known tactic.
No, let's also be clear. It wouldn't have mattered if he would have delayed her out, because the state of New York had that clause, or city of New York, where this stuff supposedly happened, had a statute that was expiring. So the fact that she filed before it expired wouldn't have mattered for Diddy. So her lawyers, it was a civil case. She doesn't have to prove that he doesn't have to prove. Yeah, he has to prove that he did not do it in a civil case.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like the state of law where you have to prove.
It's not a criminal case.
Correct.
Without a reasonable.
You have to prove without a shadow of a reasonable doubt that this person is
right.
guilty. In a civil case, you just have to prove that it's a possibility. And that is why he likely settled out, because at this point, he knew this tape was out. This tape was probably on that FBI raid investigation. Who knows?
Right.
But he for sure knew what he did. And yeah, he probably settled out, but he could have stretched it out 10 years. It wouldn't have mattered. The state of New York would have hammered his head. It wouldn't have mattered.
Right. Damn, that dude's gotten away with so much stuff. Like 90, what was it? The shooting in the club.
Okay. Well, we're moving on from this. Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm just we can move on from it. I'm not trying to defend him because I don't fucking like. Listen, I just don't like the guy. But I'm just gonna say, let me get this in.
Everybody beats a bitch's ass.
Just let me get this in.
One time.
I had never liked him. Okay, I don't care about him. I think he's a shithead. Obviously, but I'm just saying.
All in the video.
You can't say he's guilty of a whole bunch of other stuff because he's guilty of this. I understand that he's guilty of that. And come on, we all look.
It doesn't help, and I think so much of things now get tried in the court of public opinion.
That's true, and that's unfortunate.
This is just like the cherry on top, the icing on the cake.
Yeah. Nick is clearly uncomfortable, so we'll leave it alone.
No, Nick is just done talking about this.
I won't say that.
All it is speculation.
That's true. That's very true.
Trying to fucking prove it to you isn't going to fucking work. But I'm saying, as a reasonable fucking person, looking at the fucking facts that we do have, it's reasonable to say that he did all of this.
Okay, it's reasonable to think. It's reasonable to have an opinion, right? That he could have done that stuff. I get you. Right. I'll say that. I'm not saying that it's impossible.
Right, but it's not incredulous.
Right. Okay. I see what you're saying. All right, I get what you're saying. I see what you're saying. We okay. I think we're not that far apart. We're okay. We're not that far apart. Yeah.
I just say be careful. That's all. You know me.
This is all alleged.
Yeah, there you go. Allegedly. There
Well,
you
I don't
go.
know. He definitely beat that bitch's ass. That's not legend.
Yeah, that's fucking true.
I got the next discussion.
No, you don't, because we have a new segment.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hello,
Wait, new
Miss
segment on
Van
Hangout?
Boglin.
Fabulous. I even took my makeup off.
Hi, man.
Hanging out here,
Nice.
guys. I got someone come over, so thank you for having me on
All right,
tonight.
peace.
Oh, no
Brother.
problem, brother. Take
All
it
right,
easy, man.
Dave. Yeah,
Thanks for
good to
coming
talk
on.
to you again,
Okay,
man.
guys,
All right,
have
brother.
a great one.
Easy.
Yep.
Yes. All right.
Dave, I like that. I like that guy, man. Good dude.
Yeah, Dave's cool.
Good dude.
Dave
have
was
a
like,
new
they talking
segment.
politics and crime. I'm out.
Yeah, he's like, yo, he's like, Diddy? Who the fuck is Diddy? No, I'm kidding.
So,
I know, I'm
These
joking.
dudes are talking crazy, man. I'm gone.
Like, I'm out. Bye.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? Diddling? I diddle all the time.
Oh, whoa.
damn,
Diddy.
fucking
Listen to
A.
Russ, dude. God damn it, man. Put the
No
banner up
Diddy.
again. Putting that stain
I'm
on.
already way fucking ahead of you.
Oh God.
All right, we have a new segment
Oh, I'm dying to hear it.
called "Am I the Shit Piece?" We're going through Reddit.
I don't know why that's so funny.
Am I the shit piece? I love this, by the way. The greatest
So
name
I've combed
ever.
Reddit and found some great stories.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it.
And we're going to read these stories and figure
Yes.
out if this person is indeed the shit piece,
Yeah.
not the shit piece, or maybe the shit piece. We're gonna have some other fun stuff that we're gonna come up with
Buckle up,
too.
Walter.
With
Well-
with dear MPSP. Where
Oh my God.
advice
I'm gonna-
columns, and
I'm
then
Oh my god, dude. I have
we
nothing
will
but
also
bad
be playing
advice.
Cards Against Humanity again. I have found the app that I want to use,
I've
and
never even played
so
that game.
You've never
I have
played
one.
it? Oh my God, dude.
oh
I played it
yeah.
one time.
You find out about people's deviance. I'm seriously. You find out.
So- So for the live hangouts,
Yeah,
we're
you'll
going to go ahead
Never
and
mind.
cycle through those so that we always have something to do and something to talk about.
Yeah.
So, without further ado, our new segment. Tell me that is
Bought in. If you weren't bought in, that should have got you. Nick, do it one more time. Am I the shit piece? Yeah. If you weren't bought in, you are now. Buckle up, boys.
Interesting.
Did I come on the hangout at the right time?
You definitely
yeah.
You're gonna love this. This is great.
Yeah.
I, 28 male, and my wife, 29 female, were recently visiting Cambodia.
That's a Reddit thing to do.
Yeah,
He's like that
it
I
is.
booked a trip for our 4th wedding anniversary. On our last day there, we decided to visit a genocide prison in Phnom Penh called S21.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no.
We were warned by our tour guide that the place wasn't for the faint of heart. The prison was used by the Khmer Rouge to massacre thousands of innocent civilians who were deemed as too smart and intellectual during the rule of Pol Pot.
According to Noam Chomsky, that's all fake though. So
Yeah,
Never know,
apparently
brother.
never happened.
yeah.
I remember seeing torture chambers where they would beat people to death with chains. They didn't hide any of the brutality. The pictures on the walls literally looked like something straight out of Live Leak. In one of the prison cells there was literally dried up blood on the floor from presumably the captive held there all those years ago.
Jesus Christ, man.
I remember walking past a tree dubbed the Killing Tree. They took kids as young as 3 years old and would bash their heads into it until they died.
No
God,
way.
man. Jesus.
Upon reading that, I literally just started sobbing. I was visualizing everything in my head, and I just felt for the kids who had to watch their siblings' friends get massacred in front of them. My wife saw me crying, and instead of comforting me, just gave me this weird look. After a while, she did come hug me and asked if something was wrong.
Oh my God, are you serious?
I just pointed to the exit, and we left after that. I just couldn't take it anymore. Well, in our taxi, she asked me if I was seriously crying.
Oh my god!
I just nodded and kept quiet. I was still pretty shaken up by the things I just read and saw. That was last week, and there's a weird tension between us ever since. She tries to pick fights with me for no reason, just seems dismissive and disrespectful for no reason. A few days ago, I came home exhausted from work, and she asked me if I could do the laundry that day. I told her that I'd do it tomorrow and just wanted to relax for a bit. She then got mad and told me that she didn't know she was marrying a woman and then stormed off. She has never acted like this before our trip.
Oh my god, man.
Dude.
I lost it yesterday night after she tried to pick another fight with me and confronted her about her behavior over the past week. I asked her if all of this had to do with me crying. She tried denying it at first, but after a while, she just went silent for a few minutes and then started nodding while keeping her head down. I asked her why, and she just claimed that humanity has done worse in the past.
Oh my god, dude, that's
she
ridiculous.
just feels weird about me crying over kids who have nothing to do with me.
Dude, that's so fucking okay. She's the asshole. She's the shit piece. This dude is just a normal person. I was gonna say like an empathetic person. I think
now wait a minute, Sam. Wait a minute now. In her defense, I mean, it depends on how bad he was crying. Was he bawling real bad, or was he just had a little bit of tears? Because I mean,
man, like
he said he was
some stuff just hit
crying.
you.
Okay, then that's let me tell you, that's kind of a pussy thing to do. I mean, you gotta man up a little bit, dude. Be like, hey, this was rough. This is rough, but I gotta get through this.
You got and as
dude, yeah, say you got kids.
You have heard.
No, I know, but you know,
weep a little bit.
But women do not like that shit. I'm telling you. You want to make your woman disrespect you, dude? Start acting like a little bitch.
I've cried like boo-hoo tears in front of my wife.
Yeah,
just
same.
Off of some, like, you know, off of some. Oh my god, I can't believe this has happened to somebody, or this, that.
Yeah, or I'm like reading a book or something. Like,
and I tell you, she still lets me lead my household. That lady is Satan's spawn.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
She's terrible, man.
Okay, all right.
And then
Nick,
is
there more? Is there more to the story
yet?
Okay, all right. Let me hear more.
She isn't a therapist, and she felt uncomfortable.
So that's
for tears over something that happens all the time. She saw me getting mad at her comments and tried backpedaling and apologizing, but I couldn't take it anymore and just went to bed in our guest room. Yeah. This was literally the second time she has ever seen me cry. First was when my best friend lost his life to a drunk driver.
Oh my god, man.
To the men out there, have you experienced anything similar with your significant other? I'm just sort of lost for words. I can't make sense of.
I don't know. I think she's. I think she's banging somebody else, and she's just trying to find a reason to get rid of
divorce. But my brother claims that I should have known better and shouldn't have let her see me like that.
No.
I divorced her without trying couples counseling. I'm most definitely an asshole.
Yeah.
See, I'm a believer that if you're as a man, you have to know your wife well enough to know if you can show that side of yourself to her.
Dude,
I'm telling you,
it's funny. Like my opinion is like
marry a woman that you can't do that with.
That's true, but
yeah, like you need to be able to be your
good point
self around your spouse, man. And it's like, look, it's like if you're fucked up, if I call my wife crying and she's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "I got a fucking flat tire," then she needs to say, "Get the fuck up, change the tire, and get home."
Right. Man up, bitch. Right, I got you.
Something like this, man. Like if something hits you in a certain way, then yeah, I mean, give them space to do that and say,
but
I don't know. It's
I understand.
To me.
I understand what you mean, but I'm just saying that he's kind of has some fault in this himself.
But
because
maybe he didn't know is all I'm saying.
Right. But that's something you need to know before you marry her.
How do you know?
You test it. Cry. Hey,
that's a tough.
Test it out.
Yeah, and that's a tough thing because I'm on both sides. At one, you should know, but then two, how do you know? But then it's like,
Yo,
I
I'm
do
sorry,
feel
E.
like-
I was trying to
What's up,
find our
dude?
next one. What's up?
No worries.
What's up,
I don't
E?
even know what
I feel
y'all
like
talking about,
You should.
but I
have
tell you
like
right
a-
now, you never fucking know.
You
Yeah.
You
never know,
never
bro.
really fucking know.
That's a good point too. That is a good point.
The woman you meet
That's true.
the
That's
day
true.
one is not the same woman 10 years
You
from
know
now.
what?
I'm not saying good or bad, but people change. I am
He's
no
right.
the same
He's
person
right.
I was 16 years ago when my wife went with me.
When I'm sure none of us are, but
Speak for
nor.
yourself. Speak for yourself.
Oh,
Speak for
you're not
yourself.
the same person. Well, yeah, maybe you are the same
Yeah,
person
Walter
for a
was like,
second.
I'm not growing at all.
So get that shit straight. I'm not married.
Man, yeah,
Let's
you
get
ain't
that
married,
shit.
so just
That's not what I
stay out of
mean.
this
I mean, you're not the same, but you're not the same person you were.
Tupac. You're not in
You
part
grow.
of the conversation.
Yeah,
You know, hopefully you
Whoa,
grow.
Right.
Listen.
You
I
grow.
think close to being married back in '98.
Yeah,
But
close
not-
is not
Back-
the same thing.
close
as
is not
being
the same
married
as-
and
Close
Yeah,
might not
brother.
be the
being
same, but
married.
hey, hey,
Not even in the same ballpark.
Not even in the same ballpark, bro. There's
I've
been with my
things
wife
that I've learned
16
about
years.
My wife, and my wife has learned about me being
same,
married
same, man.
that we never ever would have found out before marriage. Like there's things
Exactly.
you just never know, bro. Just never know.
well, I'm proud of all 5 of y'all.
Dude, well, yeah, I'll say EE or Eric, well, both of you guys, you should have done what I did. You should have been with your lady for 5 years and had 2 kids with them before you got married. Then you know.
Well, hold on. All right. You know what? I guess I need to clarify something here.
Because then you know.
Legally and technically, I am not married.
Oh
No?
geez.
Oh,
No,
really?
we've been together for 16 years. We
This
just
guy,
never went
he
to
just doesn't
City
want to
Hall.
have a ring on, man.
Y'all
He's
common-law
a
in that
dog,
point,
dude.
huh?
He's like,
So,
dude,
Yeah, I mean,
that's what I
but
was gonna
I
say.
mean,
Is New York not common law?
I don't know. I actually don't know if
We're
that's
common-
a thing
we're common
anymore.
law here.
But it don't matter, man. I mean, we're gonna get it done. Just because I'm getting fucking old.
Yeah.
God forbid she needs to make any kind of
You
medical
ain't old.
decisions for
Stop
me.
with that.
Mhm.
Stop with that shit. You ain't old.
No, he is getting old. I feel it.
Yeah, everyone's gonna do,
You
man.
ain't getting old. He's probably the same age as me.
No, but like
48.
But here's the thing, though. Like, there's certain decisions that she will not be able to make for him medically or
Yeah.
financially.
That's true. That's true.
that's
You're right.
Really
There's
good
a-
point.
there's a lot of
that's
legitimate
just- That's
reasons.
the not fun shit to think about, but you got to have that shit sorted out, man.
No, you're right.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
You got to have that shit sorted out.
There is no reason why we haven't done it. We just haven't done it.
No,
Just haven't
EE,
gotten
we
to
were, we
it.
were, hey,
Yeah.
we were like we could have got married in 2008, but we got married in 2017. You know what I mean?
No.
Like it was, we knew
She-
it from day one, but we just let life.
She
run
got
its course
pregnant with
Yeah.
my oldest, maybe 4 months into us seeing each other. So things just kind of,
Oh,
yeah, it just
Wait, 4
shit
months?
happens.
Wow.
Yeah, we only get,
That boy
yeah.
was like, let me just go ahead and.
Hey, he tore that pussy up. Leave him alone.
Hey,
Hey,
Eric,
Eric,
not you.
thought you said she gave birth
Stop.
Oh.
I'm with
Wow.
you. I got you. I'm with you.
We
Oh,
don't have those
sorry.
conversations. We don't have those conversations.
No,
I'm
but,
just being.
like,
I'm just being
what
rough.
happens, though, like,
I know,
being
I
mean.
know, Russ. I know.
It was like, oh snaps! I'm
But-
never leaving this
So
one. And stuff happens. Like the dude, we all done been there, bro.
So all right, I'm gonna go ahead and agree. I'm gonna go ahead and say that she's
She's the
she's the shit piece.
All right, but what are we talking about in the first place?
Oh, dude, we're doing
Go ahead,
Reddit
man.
Go
stories.
back, yeah.
Oh,
And-
Go
okay.
back. Well, you got another one, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got another one we could do. All right. Oh boy.
Who's beating off, man?
Hey yo.
All right. I grabbed like the most egregious stories. Okay, so if somebody has one where it's a dude
That's a
fucking
strange
a
thing to
chick
do
over,
on a honeymoon, though. Like
yeah, go to Phnom Penh.
they have to be Australian, like to go to Cambodia, though. They got to be Australian.
Probably. I bet you're probably right. All Aussies would do that
No,
shit.
like for real, like that's like really going to Cambodia and like Thailand.
I mean, is this about women being shiesty?
Yeah,
No, this is
That
about
one
people
happened
being
to be,
that
yeah.
crap. Period.
I mean, I know a girl who.
Nick's the number one He-Man woman hater. So
yeah.
Look,
So
I knew a girl. Real quick, I knew a girl who every time she went on a family vacation, she paid for her side piece to have a room in a hotel with them, in another room.
Oh,
and would sneak off throughout the vacation.
And his name was P. Diddy.
Wow.
So
Women
this is our
are
news
shicey, just as shicey as men.
This is our new segment. We're gonna do one more of these, and then we'll go to a hangout. Here's the new bumper. Am I the shit bee?
Fucking love it.
All right, so here we go. When I, 40 male, was a kid,
40 males?
I was groomed by a cousin 11 years older than me when I was 13. She got pregnant and had the kid. It fucked me up a lot, as you can imagine, and she eventually was found out and went to prison for it. The kid was took off her and went to the foster care adoption route, and I was not allowed any form of relationship at all with the kid. My parents and social services forbade it. He's now 26 and has had a very troubled life, I understand. Been in and out of prison.
You think?
I have continued to have no relationship or contact with him.
So then how does he know he's been in prison? Do you have am I a shit piece or is your story bullshit meter? Because this sounds like a bullshit lying story.
It could be. Hey, who's this?
It sounds like bullshit.
It's Reddit.
Obviously, it's your mom.
Oh, what's up, Ricky?
Hey, what up,
Oh, God.
Fucking Ricky. Fuck you,
Turn
Ricky.
your camera on, Ricky.
Okay, there you go. Enjoy.
Never mind, naked. Oh, God, cut it off.
So, did you hear the beginning of this story, Ricky?
No, I just popped in. I didn't realize there was a show going.
Oh, my
Yeah, brother.
It's a hangout.
This is a lot, but all right, we're good.
So this guy's 40. Okay, when he was 11, he was 13. His cousin, 11 years older than him, they fucked and she got pregnant, had the kid, and he's fucked up about it and hasn't seen the kid since.
He's like, and my name is Ricky.
That's shit. Y'all talking the wrong one.
And so the kid has been in and out of prison and he's 26 and shit. So
you've had no contact, you've never spoken to the kid, but now you're telling people that he's been in and out of prison and he was adopted. So how do you know this?
It could be Virginia, bro. Like, it happened. It happened.
But if he's adopted and you've never had, I'm not denying the Virginia cousin story. I believe that.
That's West Virginia.
I definitely believe
Virginia. Motherfuckers, god damn it.
Sorry, you're right.
No,
West Virginia.
specifically Northern Virginia.
I live in Virginia. That's not Virginia.
Yeah, Russ, we know, buddy.
But the rest of the story don't make sense.
Y'all said West Virginia. Jeremy B just entered the chat.
Hey, that's our Russ talking about beating girls' asses.
All I said is it happens every now and then.
I'm gonna fucking kill somebody.
Go ahead, buddy.
All
What
right.
else you got?
Despite issues in my teens, I turned my life around and I'm now married to my wife, 45, and we have a daughter, 6. I have a son, 19 male from a previous relationship who I had sole custody of until I met my wife.
This dude needs to chill, man.
She has a daughter from a previous relationship. I'm no stranger to Reddit, so I'll answer now. Yes, I have had therapy and counseling for it all.
Like you already knew what question was coming.
We've had a pretty good family unit for a few years, but 3 years ago, I had a hard time with my son after he found out about what happened to me as a kid, and he found out he technically has an older half brother and wanted a relationship with him.
Well, if he's posting all this shit, it doesn't sound like therapy is doing much for him. So
let him finish.
Maybe it's therapy.
Dude, these Reddit stories are. Oh no, it's cool. We can talk about it during the thing. I don't mind. It was just we were getting bogged down on that one thing.
Yes, I did remember. I almost thought I forgot. Yeah.
Despite how hard it was for me, I agreed. And so the kid wanted to meet his older brother.
That's fair.
So, hold on. I agreed, and my wife mainly agreed to be the main support for him. And he behind the condition on A, I have no contact myself, and B, the 5-year-old daughter doesn't hear about it and is kept out of it. My reasoning on the latter is that she's too young to find out, and also I don't want to confuse her. It's such a young age, and also she's a kid, and we'll talk about it. And I don't want anyone to find my business out.
But yeah, you're posting on Reddit. Never mind.
Yeah, exactly.
This is after, and it's a throwaway account. You know,
Okay.
Reddit's pretty anonymous.
All right.
Wife agreed, and son respected my wishes. The 26 male got out of prison a couple of years ago, and I understand my wife and son has met him after a while. Once he was older, they're going to tell the daughter was older. Last week, I noticed that the daughter was drawing a picture, and I looked at it, and I asked her about it. She was a bit sheepish and was acting like she wasn't supposed to, so I persisted, and she answered me. It was a picture of her family. It had me, her mom, her, my son, her older sister, and her big brother, in her words. So basically what's been happening is the mom took the little daughter to meet this older half brother behind the fucking husband's back.
Oh, wow.
While the dude was in prison.
That's visit him in prison?
Yeah, the younger guy.
Oh, man.
The half brother shit. He was in prison.
That's brilliant.
Bullshit.
Yeah. You think it's all bullshit?
I just think this story is all bullshit.
Yeah.
But if it's not, look, you had a son that you gave her for adoption, and then you try to hide it. Because he said he didn't want people in his business.
Yeah, because his cousin
he's
raped
wrong.
him.
He's I think it's on him.
Right.
No, the embarrassment is his cousin raped him. His oldest cousin. Like,
I don't know. When I was,
I didn't hear the word
that
rape
cousin
in that
was
story.
19.
When I
His
was,
cousin was 19
well,
years
she
old.
was
legal age.
She was 24 and he was 13.
So legally,
let me,
yes, but it's not like he told her no.
let me tell you something. This is
I don't have a banner for you.
All right, guys, listen. Yeah. Not the wrestling up.
oh god.
I had some teachers in high school. Look, you could have raped me.
Oh my, okay.
And you know, what if it's like third cousin?
You would have been the would have been great. Life would have been set up, man.
Sorry, drop my headset.
God.
What if it's like third cousin?
Yeah, he just fell off the balcony.
It's not your cousin though, bro. Like a teacher.
But dude, again, like we said, this is Virginia. Different down there.
Dude, would you stop saying that?
It's-
West Virginia, fucker.
No,
Not Virginia.
We're talking about Northern Virginia, dude.
No, we're not talking Northern
They're
Virginia.
They're like a scummy different breed up there, man. Russell,
No, not it's West Virginia.
I got a
Russ
fucking
literally
weird-ass
said tonight
town
that you
called
have to
Appomattox.
beat a woman up every now and then.
Any area of the country.
I didn't say that. I said it happens
sounds
every
like
once in a
that
while.
just has weird ass people.
Yeah, same thing, dude.
Dude, after this conversation tonight, I never want to hear another Florida man fucking comment ever.
Northern Virginia, man.
That's all I got.
Northern Virginia, man.
Hey,
Fucks his cousin, makes up a fake
equally horrible. Florida men and West Virginia. Great.
So I'll
incest
answer this one. Do I think the wife was a piece of crap? No. Do I think he was a piece of crap for not wanting his younger kid to know at the time? No. Do I think that they're all loony? Yes.
Yeah.
If the story is true.
Yeah, if the story is true.
That's hilarious, dude.
The only- I think the wife is really the only one that could be considered, a shit piece of this, because that is a betrayal of the husband, like fucking going behind his back, taking his youngest daughter to see somebody that they agreed they weren't going to do. So yeah,
both these stories that you get on Reddit were about women disrespecting their men.
dude, they were the like. I want to hear.
Russ sounds like he wants to slap a lady again.
Yeah, Russ, you were talking about how we need to beat bitches up. Okay,
I didn't say we. That's not what I said. I said every now and then bitches get beat up. That's all I said.
Russ is like, man, if this woman was my wife, she'd catch these Virginia hands.
Russ said, "Hey,
fuck you, Ricky."
Women being bad, and I agree.
Yo, Russ says, if you want equal rights, you better accept equal lefts.
that is so good. I'm gonna steal that.
I'm gonna put it on a t-shirt.
That'd be great,
The
dude.
reason why I don't think she's quote unquote appealed. Did she betray his trust? Yes. Is she thinking about the kid more so than her husband's wishes? I do think so. I think the little girl also has a right to know. But here's the thing. I agree with the husband. It's not time. She's too young to kind of understand
it's
the
confusing the
circumstances
kids
around
man.
that. Yeah, it's just a lot.
I'm like on the side of like keeping certain shit from kids.
Yeah,
not having to over explain everything to them, like letting them.
Correct.
Yeah, like kind of pausing, or even like with like social things, let them figure that shit out on their own, man. Like, it's like part of living in the world.
She's too young because she's gonna have other questions. Well, who's his mom and why isn't she not here? And this, that, and other like logical questions, right? Like that's what a kid would ask. So I think they got to be very careful with that.
Yeah, she's gonna be like, well, how come he has a different mom? How come she's not my mom? That's gonna create all kinds of weird shit for that family.
Yeah. Do I call her? What do I call her? Who is she? Where is she? Like it's a lot that comes with that.
It's too much.
She was wrong for it. I don't think she was a piece of crap. I think she was kind of thinking about her daughter, who they both share. Like this is a kid amongst them both. That's the only kid that they share. So I think that's probably why. But yeah, I think she wasn't thinking about the bigger picture there.
Yeah. And if you would like to submit a story where a male is an asshole or a shit piece,
like, oh, dude, just you're on here watching this. You already got all the stories you need. We're all assholes.
Submit your story for "Am I a Shit Piece?" or our other segment that will be coming, Dear MPSP, at masterpiece@gmail.com. And I'll send you a clip if we use your story.
The bumper.
And we're gonna give you great advice.
Oh, you
like, I'll tell you to smack that bitch around.
Right in the middle of us talking.
Russ is definitely gonna tell you to slap her.
And this is why I don't have my real name on here or my picture.
Oh, look, Ricky. Yeah, Ricky finally got dressed and turned his camera on, man.
I wasn't undressed, bitch.
Well, I'm disappointed now. Damn, never mind.
Take your word
anyway.
for it. What do you drink? What do you
Russ,
drink?
Russ, you ain't gonna put your hands on me. I ain't no female, man.
Oh my God!
You wish, motherfucker. You wish.
Getting kind of crazy, out of control.
Yeah. Why don't we go ahead and go on broadcast at this point?
Too late. Russ been talking about beating motherfuckers for an hour. Now you want to go on broadcast?
Russ having a stroke right now, man. You can't see him.
Will you get a link out?
I decided
I'll put the link out.
I'm gonna hide my identity. I don't know. Bitch is chasing me down. You think it's okay to get beat a bitch up? Oh no!
As long as we're still around, next week should be a topic show.
That was fun, man. That was fun.
This was a lot of fun, and I like doing those Reddit stories. And hopefully, for the Hangouts works out well too.
Oh my God!
All right, love y'all, and as I say at the end of every show, peace, love, and hair grease. We're out.
Bye bye.